All right, let's get ready to rumble, because today we are going on a deep dive into all things Rocky Balboa.
Sounds good to me.
But, we're not just going to be talking about those epic training montages.
Right.
Or even, the thrill of those big fights.
Yeah.
We're going way deeper than that, right?
Absolutely.
Exploring how Rocky's story can really be like a blueprint for all of us,
Yeah.
on our own self-improvement journeys.
That's right.
Like we can all learn something from this guy.
I think everybody loves a good underdog story.
Of course.
But what's really fascinating to me, at least, is how Rocky's struggles and his setbacks, even his losses, can teach us all something about resilience.
Oh, yeah?
About, pushing past those limits we set for ourselves and ultimately becoming the best versions of ourselves.
Yeah, like how to take those hits and keep moving forward, right?
Exactly.
So I think we're all pretty familiar with, that classic image of Rocky.
Yeah.
The scrappy fighter from Philly, punching meat and running up those museum steps. But this deep dive, I think, is going to uncover a side of Rocky that you might not have really considered before. A side that's incredibly relevant to anyone out there, who's striving for their own personal victories in life.
Yeah. And what's so interesting is that the story of how Rocky, the movie, came to be, it really mirrors Rocky's journey on screen.
Oh, really?
Sylvester Stallone, the actor who brought Rocky to life, was actually kind of a struggling artist himself.
Oh, wow.
Before the film.
So the real-life Italian stallion was facing his own kind of underdog battle.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So back in 1975, Stallone was working odd jobs, just trying to make ends meet.
Right.
He really had this burning desire to break into the film industry.
Of course.
But it felt like such a long shot at the time.
Right.
But then he saw this boxing match between Muhammad Ali and a lesser-known fighter named Chuck Wepner.
Chuck Wepner. Okay.
And Wepner was a total underdog in this fight.
Yeah.
But he managed to actually go the distance with Ali.
Wow.
Pushing him further than anyone expected.
So wait, the real-life inspiration for Rocky came from another real-life underdog story?
Exactly.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like life imitating art before the art even existed.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So what happened?
Well, Stallone was so inspired by Wepner's resilience, his refusal to give up, that he actually channeled that energy into writing the screenplay for Rocky.
Oh, wow.
And he did it in just 3 days.
3 days.
3.
You're kidding me?
No.
I can't even write a grocery list in 3 days.
Right.
That's incredible. But here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Stallone was offered a significant amount of money to sell the script to a studio.
Right.
But they didn't want him to play the lead role.
Exactly.
So they wanted the story, but they didn't want him as the face of it.
He didn't think he could carry the film.
Wow. So what did he do?
Well, this is where we see Stallone's own Rocky spirit come through.
Okay.
He absolutely refused to sell that script.
Really?
Unless he was guaranteed to play Rocky.
Wow.
Even though he was a relative unknown at the time, he turned down bigger paychecks.
Really?
Just to stay true to his vision.
Wow.
That's dedication.
Now, that's a lesson that we can all take to heart, right?
Absolutely.
Talk about believing in yourself even when the world is throwing punches at your dreams.
It's hard to do, but Stallone's unwavering belief in his vision is a reminder that sometimes you just got to fight for what you believe in.
Yeah.
Even when it feels like you're going up against impossible odds.
Yeah, it's like Rocky said.
Yeah.
It ain't about how hard you hit.
Yeah.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
It's a good one.
Right. So we've got Stallone, the struggling screenwriter, living a real-life Rocky story while he's creating this, iconic character.
It's pretty amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So let's step into the ring with that first film, Rocky.
Okay.
And explore what made his journey so compelling, so relatable, even decades later.
So in the original Rocky, we meet a man who seems stuck.
Oh, yeah.
He's this small-time boxer.
Yeah.
He's collecting debts for a loan shark.
Right.
And, he has a good heart.
Yeah.
But he just seems to be drifting through life without any clear purpose.
Okay.
But then fate steps in, offering him a chance to actually prove himself.
Right. Enter Apollo Creed.
Yes.
The charismatic world heavyweight champion.
The champ.
Who decides, as like a publicity stunt, to give this local underdog a shot at the title.
It's a great setup.
It's a great set. I mean, it's a classic.
It is.
but it's a classic for a reason.
Absolutely.
And for Rocky, this isn't just a boxing match.
No?
It's a chance to rewrite his entire story.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to become something more.
Yeah, I mean, he knows he's the underdog.
Of course.
The odds are totally stacked against him.
Yeah.
But he grabs hold of this opportunity with everything he's got.
He does.
He trains harder than he's ever trained before.
Absolutely.
Pushing himself beyond his limits, both physically and mentally.
Yeah.
It's that classic underdog story that we all secretly crave, right?
We do.
We all want to see ourselves in Rocky. I think facing down our own personal challenges.
Yeah.
Those moments where you feel like you're in the ring, fighting for something much bigger than yourself.
Yeah, it's about that human spirit, right?
Right.
That desire to overcome.
It is.
So prove yourself.
Absolutely. And what's so powerful, I think, about Rocky's journey is that it's not really about winning or losing.
Oh.
It's about the effort.
Right.
The commitment, that sheer will to go the distance, no matter what the outcome.
Absolutely.
So it's more about the journey than the destination.
It is.
It's about tapping into that inner strength.
Yes.
That eye of the tiger. And pushing yourself beyond what you thought was possible.
I think you hit the nail on the head.
Like, think about those training montages.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on, Rocky running through the streets of Philadelphia, pushing himself to the limit.
Yeah.
I mean, that visual, that represents the dedication and the perseverance it takes to really achieve any goal.
Right.
Whether it's a physical challenge, a career aspiration, or even just a personal transformation.
Absolutely. You can apply that to anything.
You know, that's what gets me every time I watch those scenes.
Yeah.
It's like when he's pushing himself, running up those stairs.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a visual reminder that we all have our own steps to climb in life.
We do.
Our own inner battles to fight. And that raw effort, that's where the real victory is.
I agree with you 100%.
Right.
Okay.
But what's interesting is that
What's that?
Rocky's journey doesn't stop with that climactic fight against Apollo.
Right.
It's his setbacks, his losses.
Yeah.
Even that, I think, offers some of the most powerful lessons about personal growth.
They do.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Tell me more about how Rocky's struggles, especially those later films, can help us on our own self-improvement journeys.
Well, in Rocky 2,
Yeah.
he actually wins the rematch against Apollo.
Oh, right, right.
And he achieves that seemingly impossible dream.
Yeah.
But that victory comes with a whole new set of challenges.
It's like that old saying, be careful what you wish for.
Exactly.
Right.
Rocky 6 and Rocky 3 really show us the other side of success.
Okay.
Rocky's no longer the hungry underdog.
Right.
Now he's the champion.
He's at the top.
And that comes with a whole new set of pressures and temptations.
Right. So it's not just about reaching the top.
Yeah.
It's about what you do once you get there.
Exactly.
Okay. So how does that play out for Rocky?
Well, think about it. You've achieved this major goal.
Yeah.
It's so easy to become complacent.
Right.
To lose that drive that got you there in the first place.
Oh, yeah, you can get comfortable.
You can, and that's exactly what happens to Rocky.
Oh, no.
He gets comfortable, he loses his edge.
Yeah.
And he pays the price when he faces Clubber Lang in Rocky III.
Oh, man, Clubber Lang.
Yeah.
He was a force of nature.
He was intense.
I still get chills watching that fight.
Oh, yeah.
It was brutal.
It was.
But, it was a wake-up call, I think.
Yeah.
Not just for Rocky.
Yeah.
But for all of us.
It is.
It's a reminder that even when we're on top, we can't afford to get complacent.
Right.
We got to keep pushing ourselves, keep learning, keep evolving.
Keep that hunger.
Because if we don't, someone else will come along.
Exactly.
Who's hungrier, who's more driven, and they'll knock us off our pedestal.
They will.
Yeah. That's a pretty sobering thought.
It is.
But how does Rocky get back on track?
Right.
How does he regain that eye of the tiger?
Yeah.
After such a devastating loss?
Well, that's where the theme of mentorship comes in. Rocky's lost.
Yeah.
He's doubting himself.
Yeah.
And who steps in to help him?
I don't know who.
Apollo Creed.
What?
His former rival.
Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Talk about burying the hatchet.
That's incredible.
It's a beautiful example of how sometimes our greatest opponents can actually become our most valuable teachers.
Wait, Apollo Creed?
Yeah.
The guy he fought twice for the championship?
Yep.
They become friends.
They do.
It's like that saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
It is.
But in this case, it's about turning an enemy into a friend and a mentor.
Exactly.
Wow.
And Apollo sees the potential in Rocky that he can't see in himself at that moment.
Right.
He helps him to rediscover his passion, his purpose, and guides him back to that championship mindset.
It's almost like Apollo helps Rocky find his why again.
Yeah.
That deeper motivation that drives him forward.
Exactly.
It makes you think about the people in your own life, who have challenged you, pushed you to be better, to see your own potential, even when you couldn't see it yourself.
Right. We all need those Apollo figures in our lives.
We do.
People who can give us honest feedback.
Yeah.
Who can help us to see our blind spots.
Yeah.
And who can support us when we stumble.
Absolutely. We all need that.
We do.
So we've seen Rocky as the underdog, the champion.
Yeah.
And now the student once again.
Right.
But his journey doesn't end there, right?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so tell me more about what happens next.
Well, in Rocky IV and Rocky V, the scope of his journey expands even tighter. He faces incredible loss.
Yeah.
He confronts political ideologies.
Yeah.
And he really grapples with his own legacy.
Rocky IV was a big one.
It was.
The Cold War, Ivan Drago.
Huge.
It felt like the stakes were higher than ever.
They were.
Right.
Yeah, it's not just about personal ambition anymore. Yeah. He's fighting for something bigger than himself.
Yeah.
Representing his country. Yeah.
Avenging the death of his friend, Apollo.
That fight scene with Drago was so intense.
Oh, my God.
It was, you could just feel the weight of the world on his shoulders.
Absolutely.
It was about resilience. It was about courage. And it was about standing up for what you believe in.
It was.
Even when it's hard.
Yeah.
Even when it's really hard.
Especially then.
And then Rocky V.
Yeah.
We see him brought back down to earth.
Yeah.
Facing financial struggles, forced retirement.
Right.
It's a harsh reminder that life is full of ups and downs.
It.
And that even when you're on top of the world,
yeah,
things can change in an instant.
They can.
It's a reality check.
It is.
He loses his fortune, his health is declining.
Yeah.
And he's forced to return to his old neighborhood. A shadow of his former champion self.
Right.
It's a pretty low point for Rocky.
It is.
But even in this difficult phase, Rocky shows us the true meaning of resilience.
Right.
He finds a new purpose in mentoring a young fighter.
Yeah. Tommy Gunn.
Tommy Gunn.
It's almost like a passing of the torch, a way for Rocky to share the wisdom he's gained through all of his experiences.
Yeah.
The victories and the defeats.
Absolutely.
It's about finding a way to contribute.
Right.
To make a difference even when you're no longer in the spotlight.
Yeah, I love that.
And that's a powerful lesson for all of us.
It is.
No matter what stage of life we're in, no matter what setbacks we've faced.
Right.
We always have something to offer, something to teach, something to share.
I agree.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's inspiring.
It is.
But as we know, things don't always go according to plan.
Oh, don't.
Even with the best intentions.
Not right.
Tommy Gunn, he gets seduced by the allure of fame and fortune.
Yeah, he does.
And ultimately turns against Rocky.
Sadly.
It's a pretty heartbreaking betrayal.
It is.
What do you make of that?
Well, it's a reminder that even when we give our best, sometimes things just don't work out the way we hope.
Yeah.
We can't control the actions of others.
No.
All we can control is our own response.
Yeah.
And Rocky, despite this betrayal, stays true to his values.
Yeah, he does.
He picks himself up and he keeps moving forward.
So even when we experience setbacks, even betrayals, the key is to keep moving forward.
That is.
To keep believing in ourselves and to stay true to our values.
You got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the later Rocky films.
Yes.
Rocky Balboa and the Creed series.
Yes.
Here we see a new dynamic emerge.
We do.
A really powerful one.
It is.
Rocky becomes a mentor to Adonis Creed.
Right.
The son of his former rival and friend, Apollo.
It comes full circle.
This is where we see Rocky come full circle.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not the student anymore.
No.
He's the teacher.
The teacher.
He's the one passing on the wisdom he's accumulated over a lifetime of battles, both inside and outside of the ring.
That's right.
And in Adonis, we see a reflection of the young Rocky.
We do.
Full of potential, hungry for success, but also carrying the weight of his father's legacy.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
Right.
It is.
And who better to guide him than Rocky?
I know, right?
A man who understands the complexities of legacy, the pressure of expectations, the importance of staying true to yourself, even when faced with adversity.
Absolutely.
It's almost like Rocky is finally able to find peace with his own past.
I think so.
By helping Adonis navigate his present and his future.
Yeah.
He's not just teaching him how to fight.
No.
He's teaching him how to live.
Right.
How to face his fears. How to overcome obstacles.
Yeah.
And how to find his own definition of success.
I think you nailed it.
And in doing so,
yeah,
Rocky reaffirms his own legacy.
He does.
Not just as a champion,
Right.
but as a mentor,
Yeah.
as a guide, as a symbol of hope and resilience. It's a beautiful example of how, even in the later stages of life, we can continue to grow, to learn,
Yeah.
and to make a positive impact on the world around us.
Absolutely.
This is making me think about the importance of mentorship in general.
Yeah.
It's not just about those formal mentor-mentee relationships.
Right.
It's about those everyday interactions where we share our experiences,
Yeah.
offer guidance, or just lend a listening ear.
Yeah.
We can all be mentors in our own way.
Ethan.
And we can all benefit from having mentors in our lives.
Absolutely. It's a two-way street.
Right.
Yeah.
So even if we don't have like a formal mentor,
Yeah.
we can still seek out guidance and support from people we admire, people who inspire us,
Yeah.
people who have walked a similar path.
Right.
And we can offer that same support and guidance to others.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful cycle
It is.
of learning, growth, and connection.
I think so.
Right.
Yeah, it's about recognizing that we're all in this together and that we can achieve so much more when we support each other,
Yeah.
learn from each other, and lift each other up.
It's about being a part of something bigger than yourself.
Exactly.
Right.
That's the beauty of it.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's amazing how a story like Rocky's can inspire us to think differently about our own lives,
It is.
about what it means to struggle, to succeed,
Yeah.
and to keep pushing forward even when the odds are stacked against us.
Absolutely. It's about that never give up attitude.
And I think that's one of the reasons why the Rocky franchise
Yeah.
has endured for so many decades.
Yeah.
It's not just about boxing.
Right.
It's about life.
Yeah.
It's about the human spirit.
It is.
It's about the challenges and the triumphs
Mm-hmm.
that we all face on our own personal journeys.
That's right.
It's about that inherent desire to overcome,
Yeah.
to push past our limits,
Mm-hmm.
and to achieve something meaningful,
Yeah.
something that makes us feel truly alive.
I agree.
And it's a powerful reminder that we all have a Rocky inside of us,
We do.
that inner strength and resilience
Yeah.
that allows us to face adversity, to bounce back from setbacks,
Right.
and to keep fighting for what we believe in.
No matter what.
So as we move on from this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want you to reflect on Rocky's journey.
Okay.
Consider the lessons that he's learned
Yeah.
and to find inspiration in his unwavering spirit.
I like that.
What aspects of his story resonate most with you?
That's a good question.
What challenges do you face in your own life
Yeah.
that you can approach with that same eye of the tiger?
It's a good thing to think about.
Right.
Yeah.
And as we wrap up here,
Yeah.
I would add one more layer to this.
Okay.
We've talked a lot about Rocky's victories, his mentors,
Yeah.
his journey to becoming a mentor himself.
Right.
But what about his losses?
Oh, that's interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Loss is a constant presence in Rocky's world.
It is, isn't it?
From the physical beatings he takes in the ring,
Yeah.
to the death of Apollo Creed,
Right.
to the financial struggles that force him into retirement, it's easy to focus on the triumphant moments,
It is.
the training montages, the big fights. But Rocky's ability to confront loss,
Right.
to process grief,
Yeah.
and to find meaning even in the darkest of times. I mean, that's a powerful lesson in itself.
It is.
It reminds us that loss is an inevitable part of life.
It is.
We all experience it
Yeah.
in different ways. And how we choose to navigate those losses,
Right.
how we find the strength to move forward,
Yeah.
shapes who we become.
It does.
Now, think about how Rocky deals with the death of Apollo.
Okay.
I mean, he's devastated, of course.
Of course.
But he channels that grief into purpose.
He does.
He takes on Drago not just to win a fight,
Right.
but to honor his friend's memory and to stand up against what Drago represents.
It's powerful.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a powerful example of how, even in the face of profound loss,
Yeah.
we can find a way to turn our pain into purpose,
Right.
to honor those we've lost by living our lives with courage,
Yeah.
compassion, and determination.
Absolutely.
It's a reminder that healing from loss
Yeah.
isn't about forgetting or moving on as if nothing happened. It's about integrating that experience into our lives,
Right.
allowing it to shape us, and finding a way to carry those we've lost
Yeah.
with us in our hearts as we move forward.
I love that.
It's about finding that delicate balance
Yeah.
between honoring the past and embracing the future.
Right.
Between grieving what we've lost and celebrating what we still have.
That's a good one.
Right.
Yeah.
So as you reflect on Rocky's journey,
Okay.
consider his relationship with loss.
Yeah.
What can we learn from his approach? How can we find meaning and purpose even in the face of tragedy?
Right.
And how can we honor the memories of those we've lost?
Yeah.
While continuing to pursue our dreams and aspirations.
That's a powerful thought.
These are questions I think worth wrestling with.
Yeah.
Worth exploring in our own lives.
Absolutely.
Because ultimately, Rocky's story reminds us that even in the darkest moments, even when we feel knocked down, the human spirit has this incredible capacity
It does.
for resilience, for healing, and for finding hope in the midst of despair.
It's always there.
It's about finding that inner strength, that eye of the tiger, that allows us to keep moving forward, to keep fighting, and to keep believing in ourselves, even when it feels impossible.
I love that.
So as you step back into your own world, remember the lessons we've uncovered in Rocky's journey.
Okay.
Embrace the challenges.
Yeah.
Learn from your experiences.
Right.
Find your purpose. And never give up on your dreams.